When you move to another country, unexpected things happen all the time. Well, at least that's been my experience. I lived in Japan for like 3 years and boy did things happen. It all probably had to do with the fact that my Japanese sucked. Because I totally felt like a friendly kaiju in situations where I needed to communicate in Japanese. So I'm going to share some of my awkward stories, so hopefully you don't make the same mistakes I did. Let's just get the one that I'm most ashamed of out of the way. Still keeps me up some nights. In my first few weeks living in Japan, I learned pretty quickly that there are these unspoken rules. Like how everyone stands on the left side of an escalator so that people in a hurry can pass on the right, except Osaka. What's up with that? Or how the first person to enter an elevator is kind of automatically in charge of all the buttons. And it just so happened that on this particular day, I was that person. And that's when I noticed the granniest of cute grannies was slowly making her way out. And I could tell she wasn't going to make it in time. I had a split second to recall the difference between the kanji for open and close. And there was no time to ask Google Senpai. The time had come for me to act. I pressed and held down the open button. And the doors closed. At first, I didn't know what was happening. Don't come at me, okay? Yes, I squished a Japanese granny, but it was really an honest mistake. I made sure she was okay. But I think I was more traumatized by the whole thing. It happened so quickly. What have I done? I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm not religious or anything, but I didn't know what to do with the truckload of guilt I was feeling. So I figured it really couldn't hurt to visit a shrine. The people there were so kind and supportive. I left feeling a little better and less like an idiot. So I'm glad I went. Okay, so the next one at least was like 99.99% not my fault. I had a few goals when I moved to Japan. One of them was to visit a cat cafe. So I found one on Google, I paid the people, take my money, and sat in their room, filled with expensive cats. It was heaven. They were everywhere. On the shelf, on my coffee, in my bag, on my shoes, peeing. Wait, what? Yes, that happened. A cat peed in my favorite shoes. I don't know how, but this adorable cat somehow managed to get it in both shoes. Jozu. Now imagine having to explain the situation to the nice cafe ladies, like in extremely broken Japanese. Sumimasen. Neko. Watashi no kutsu. Toire. Oh no. Tasukete kudasai. This cat had its pick of the bajillion shoes lined up at the entrance. It must have been drawn to my wild South African essence. The nice cafe ladies tried their best to save my shoes, but I knew there was no coming back from what they just went through. Got free postcards though, and despite having to walk home in wet shoes, my opinion of cats didn't change. I just won't wear my best shoes to a cat cafe in future, so consider yourself warned. Rest in peace, comfy shoes. If you ever get the chance to visit Japan, do it. It really does live up to the hype. It's a beautiful and awesome place to discover new things or indulge in your nerdy hobbies. So go forth and be the best, most friendly kaiju you can be. Make mistakes, learn from them, but just remember, be respectful. And maybe try not to squish any Japanese grannies. Thanks for watching. I could only share 2 stories because, animation, time and life really don't play well together. I have a ton of stories about Japan, so let me know if you want to see more. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell if you like what you see.